What is going on, guys? Hope everyone is doing well. And I saw a couple people in the chat there. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. A sign of a dedicated team and a potentially successful project is when they work hard even when the current lack of incentives would drive a normal person to basically just give up. And that's not these guys. That's why I like Conceal, and that's why we're going to talk about Conceal tonight. Let me know if my background music is too high, because I had some conversations with some folks and they were saying, I guess in one of the videos it was really loud. I guess I forgot to turn it down or whatever, and it was the same song on repeat, so it kind of prompted me to figure out how to get like a playlist into the Streamlabs OBS. So hopefully it cycles through several different songs, but anyway, that's kind of beside the point. So tonight we're going to talk about Conceal, so let's get to it. You guys know one of my favorite projects is Conceal, and this is by no means a sponsored content or anything like that. It's just me chatting about things that I like, and Conceal caught my eye and sometime at the end of 2018, and I've been kind of following them ever since. I've got a lot of videos on them, done a lot of content over the past couple of years on them, so good project. I like them, and that's why I like talking about them from time to time. And just in case you're not familiar with Conceal, it's an open source, community-driven, anonymous, decentralized finance and private communication platform that acts as a blockchain bank using deposits that pay interest rates on the coins that you cold stake. And it does all this without involving a third party, such as your really awful traditional financial institutions. The cold staking is actually on the chain, so there's no need to have a virtual private server, a VPS, and you don't even need to leave your wallet up and running like the old days of masternodes and staking and all that junk. You don't have to do that with Conceal. It's all done cold staking on the chain. So it is really convenient for earning a little bit of interest. It actually uses, it does not use a wallet that's up and running. You don't have to have it connected. Instead, it uses these HTLCs, on-chain HTLCs, or hash time lock contracts. Basically, HTLCs use hash locks and time locks, which are also used in atomic cross-chain trading and some other payment channels. Basically, it's just a way of locking up coins temporarily to allow something else to happen on the other end before the coins are released. So it's just a technical way of locking up coins on the chain temporarily. And in this case, it actually earns interest with CCX. And you can see here they have this is just an example here of how they do their compound interest calculator. They've recently revamped this. This is I think the third iteration of how they're handling staking and the percentages of your APR and the things that you earn and all that based on how much you stake. You can see that they've created 3 tiers, and they give you an example of what you would earn here. It's up to 6% on tier 3, and this is in CCX, right? So like as soon as you lock up the coins, you'll see the value change, or not the value, but your total change, your total amount of coins change based on whatever percentage fits your staking, whatever you designate to stake. So yeah, super cool. It definitely earns more interest. Now, all this depends on how you look at it, right? Because we are talking about just CCX. This has nothing to do with USD value or Canadian value or any of that stuff. This is just CCX. And so depending on how you look at it, it is pretty cool. If you have 20,000 CCX, you can, if you stake for 12 months, and this is the very last line here. So if you stake for 12 months with 20,000 CCX, you will get 6% total return on that, which is 1,200, right? Is what you'll have at the end of that 1 year period. So it's just a real nice way of earning crypto without doing anything other than locking your coins up. So it's pretty simple. I've gone through many videos. I've done several staking videos on Conceal. So check those videos out on my channel if you are interested in that kind of thing. And yeah, it's really super easy to do. And the wallet here, the desktop wallet, walks you through all that. And we're going to talk about a little bit what's going to be happening on their roadmap here soon, which is kind of what prompted me to even do this video about them, because there's some things that are going on. And just another quick reminder, I said it a little bit earlier, but this is not sponsored in any way. I'm just a savage dude on the interwebs talking about shit that I'm interested in, and that's it. No one prompted me to do this. I just saw some stuff coming across, and I was like, hey, I need to start talking about them again. So that is what led to this video. Now, some cool stuff that's going on with the project that I want to talk about. You got Mean Hash from the hash rate crew over here on Medium, and they're doing hash rate actually. And I think I don't know if it's only Mean Hash. They might switch off, I don't know, but he's a part of hash rate, the group, and they are doing a series of privacy coin reviews, and they recently did one March 25th on Conceal. Super nice article here. Goes through the whole thing, talks about the team, talks about what they are trying to do in the world. And what I wanted to point out here is that they do respect and appreciate miners. Miners, they say miners are a fundamental piece of securing our ecosystem. They do all the proof of work needed to validate every transaction and generate new blocks. And because of that, they wanted to create an algorithm that is GPU specific. Not specific, but it tends to benefit GPU miners the most, and that is Kryptonite Conceal. I guess it can be done on CPU also, but probably not at a very good rate or rate of return or anything. But yeah, so they created Kryptonite Conceal, and it's ASIC FPGA resistant, but again, that is only because it's not economically feasible. Actually, in the case of Kryptonite, I don't know. It depends on what they have done here, but it looks like they are technically not eliminating, but dissuading ASICs and FPGAs from being on the network because of floating point math and the size of the scratch pad and stuff like that. So maybe, but again, it's all economic. If it makes economic sense to create an ASIC or some type of specialized hardware that would, if this project went off the charts and went to the moon or whatever, and, CCX was, $5 or $10 every CCX, then it might make sense for someone to create specialized hardware for it. All right, I just want to throw that out there, because people tend to get a little mixed up on the fact that it'll say resistant, but that does not mean that it's not possible, right? Everything's always advancing. There are new capabilities, new technology out there that could potentially, if it was economically feasible, then they could do it, or they would do it. All right, so let's see if I marked anything else in here. I don't think I did, but this is a good article. If you want to find out about what is going on with Conceal, what it's all about, I'll paste this I'll paste the link over here in the chat, in the troll box, and let you guys check that out if you get a chance. Let's see here. Don't click off the video though. Just open that in a new window for after the video is over. All right. So let's see here. Yeah. It's a little long, but it does go over. It's a really good article because it does talk about everything that CCX stands for and what their plans are and all that stuff. So check that out. I think it says it's a 3-minute read or something like that up here at the top. No, 11-minute. Ooh, wow, I was a little off. Hey, what's up, Nefarious? Yeah, so 11-minute read. Check that out if you get a minute. If you get 11 minutes. Unless you're a speed reader, then it can be a lot quicker. So they also partnered with a swap service, crypto swap service called BitToro, BitToro.io, and so this is really good for the project to be able to get people to buy CCX, right, and be able to buy it fairly easily. Now, something I noticed on their site here on BitToro.io, I don't even know, I mean, they should know that this is happening, but I tried it on several different browsers, and it seems like this part down here is a little weird with how it operates, because you know, if you use not everybody uses the scroll button, okay, on your mouse. I'm using it right now. But if you were to just grab this and pull it down, you might think that like right here is the end, right? Like earlier, whenever I first got on here, I was looking for CCX and I'm like, I don't see it. You know, I was just doing like this, up and down. Well, guess what? It goes way further than that. So you have to go, you know, so see, it's not being displayed. So I did try it on a couple different browsers. It acted the same. So I think it's just, they just added too many and they haven't updated the code to expand out the right way. Anyway, so just something I recognize. Now, there's no CCX. You can't send CCX here to transfer into something else, but you can, or swap into something else, but you can buy CCX with something else, right? Or you can swap to get CCX. Now, see, where's my thing? All right, here we go. They've got a lot of our projects on here too that I normally cover. So, yep, pretty cool. They have this capability here. So if you send 0.1 BTC, you'll get 10,915 CCX. Pretty good, pretty easy way of, and there's no KYC AML that I'm aware of or anything like that. I think it's just super easy. I've done this before with some other projects, and it's legit, you know. And I know that CCX Conceal wouldn't be involved with them if they didn't think that they were legit. So, you know, I always do like small amounts and make sure that everything's going to go all right before I start doing larger amounts. But, you know, it's not an endorsement in any way. Do what you feel is necessary, but I figured that I would just bring that up because that is something that is going on with CCX. They also have a new wallet release that will probably, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, I will go through the install of it. I do need to update my wallet. You can see that I am on version 6.12 and they are now on 6.15. They've done some updates. It looks like the bigger updates came in 6.14, 1.4. Yeah, so we'll go through that. You know, again, these guys are just steadily working. Yeah, that is what we will cover. Now they do have, let's see, what was this? I brought that up twice, never mind. So they do have a roadmap, and on their, this is hanging off of their main website. I think it's up here under About, and then you go to Roadmap, so you can see what they are up to. And back in December of 2019, they came out with Conceal ID, and that was just a way, I can't remember the technology that they're using on that it's on top of. I just cannot for some reason for the life of me remember what it's called. But it is like an open source way that or technology that they have used in order to create a memorable address instead of, you know, having to remember the actual address or copy it or whatever. You can actually have a Conceal ID which looks like this. So once it's created, like mine is SavageMine.conceal.id, and if you were in CCX, or if you had CCX and you wanted to send CCX, you could use this ID instead of the address, right? So you could send to SavageMine.conceal.id and it would end up in this wallet here, right? So it's just an easier way. There are many other projects and services that use similar capabilities, or that have similar capabilities. You know, Zelle is one. So that they're, you know, it's a common thing that a project that is concerned about adoption will implement. It's one of the first things that they should implement because it makes things easier on the end user to remember things like that. So that was in December of 2019. Then you got some wallet improvements, and then what they are to be announced would be deposits on cloud and mobile. So right now on the cloud, So they do have a cloud wallet. That's what you're looking at right here. On the cloud wallet, there's no way of doing the staking, right? There's no deposits or investments. That's what they used to be called anyway. There's no deposits on, no banking features really on the cloud wallet or mobile. And that is one thing that they are looking at changing. It's clearly that's probably the next thing that they're working on, in my opinion. Maybe they're also working on messages, but they're probably working on all this actually, because they've got consensus coming up pretty soon, and they do that about once a year. And normally by the time consensus rolls around, a lot of this stuff is already done. So I can only imagine that they are super busy. So they've got a few things on the roadmap that need addressing, but yeah, so there's no banking features inside of the cloud or mobile. So that is the next thing that it looks like they are going to hopefully release, and be able to do that on the cloud and the mobile wallets. Right now, it is the banking features are only in the desktop wallet, which in my opinion is okay with me. I probably wouldn't do any banking or locking from the cloud. Me personally, I would not need to do that because I have a desktop wallet. Some people that are using CCX might not have that capability because they don't have a desktop computer, right? So all they would have, we're talking the unbanked, we're talking third world, developing companies, whatever you want to developing countries, whatever you want to call them. And they might have access to the cloud, right? Because they'll have a mobile phone and the app, which is the mobile app or the cloud, and they because the cloud works with mobile, so it's basically the same thing, and they aren't at this point able to do any staking and interest earning and stuff. So I can see why that would be useful to them. Me personally, it's just not going to be that useful because I'm going to do it out of the desktop wallet. And something else that they are working on, let's go back to their roadmap here. Cloud and mobile self-destructing messages. So a couple of weeks ago, I did a video on the Earn It Act. We talked about this a little bit. I was glad that for a lot of the viewers, they were not aware of this, and they were like, holy crap, I didn't even know that this was a thing. And I don't know the current status of this particular act. There's other things that have taken precedence, with the human malware and all that stuff going on. But this was around the same time, and it was, obviously there's conspiracies about it being, timed perfectly so that people weren't more concerned about other things, but that's not really the way that the government works. They aren't that efficient. So, they would probably take advantage of the situation, but I don't think that that's the case with this. I just think it was the time for it to come up. But anyway, the bill, the act, the Earn It Act, sounds great. It's what the goal of the act is, but it is absolutely awful, right? And I'm talking about this for a reason, because we're going to get into what Conceal is working on, which could help with this type of situation. So it's well-intentioned. The bill would undermine the privacy of every single American, stifle our ability to communicate freely online, which is kind of what CCX or Conceal is looking at, and may jeopardize the very prosecutions it seeks to enable. So check out that video. It was called Encryption is Under Attack. This is my video on my channel. So check it out. It's a good video about the whole bill, and I think I actually have a rant in here at some point. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but I think I did kind of go off in there. So check out that video if you get a chance. And for Conceal anyway, they are working on messaging. You can see right here, cloud and mobile self-destructing messages, which would basically be a way around this as far as communicating freely online and encryption, right? So it's just, I'm just trying to point out that that CCX Conceal, they are concerned about privacy online. That's their main focus, and this is just something that they're working on. Messaging, this would be basically a private messaging platform, or it will be, right? So that's just something else that they're working on. And they also are working on multi-signature wallets. Basically, funds in that wallet can only be accessed using 2 or more signatures, so it's like a multi-party wallet. It adds a layer of security and can be used for many different scenarios that make sense to that capability. If you had like a business or whatever and you had multiple partners, you could have, and you didn't want to have one of them have all the control, then you could have a multi-sig wallet. They're also looking at hardware wallet support, probably Trezor and Ledger. That would be kind of cool. They're looking at a distributed API layer, and that is application programming interface. Basically just a way for applications to talk to each other. It's like the engine under the hood. The API is the messenger for the vehicle delivering your input, which is the gas pedal, to the drive chain. That's just like an example, an analogy. Another one would be, I saw it online. I can't remember. I need to start giving credit where credit is due, but I don't remember where I saw this analogy. But it's basically another analogy is the communication you have when ordering food in a restaurant. You look at your choices on the menu, and then you order from a waiter. The waiter in this case is the API that communicates your order to the kitchen, and the kitchen is the system that will deliver your order. But they don't know what you want until the waiter or the API delivers your order. APIs are usually created in XML and or JSON. XML is extensible markup language, and JSON is JavaScript object notation. XML does require a little bit more computing power, and JSONs are lighter, so you'll probably see more JSON APIs than XML. All right, let me check the chat real quick, see what y'all are yapping about over here. What is up, everybody? What's up, Red? Smash that like, or else, yeah. Or else. All right, so let's get back to this. Another thing that's on their roadmap is the conceal card. Now, this is really neat. I think that this is super cool. Let's see here. It is, I hate the term game changer, okay? Because, all projects eventually throw out some kind of, this is a game changer. And, we saw how many game changers there were in 2017 that turned out to be nothing, right? Dead projects just died, right? So I really hate the term game changer, especially for a super small market cap coin like CCX. It's only 350,000 market cap, something like that. Super small, micro, whatever you want to call it. But this is neat. The conceal card is a near field communication, or NFC enabled physical card project that will connect directly to your wallet and allow your wallet, meaning your conceal wallet, and allow you to make contactless payments. NFC is a contactless electromagnetic communication between two devices that are less than 1.5 inches apart. When you connect the card to your wallet, we will be able to, you can actually set a desired spending limit, and you can pay directly with CCX at wherever, right? Because it's going to pull it right out of your CCX wallet. I don't, one thing that I don't think that, yeah, it'll basically act like a bank card. I don't do this a lot, so I'm getting a little bit off track because I'm trying to think about all the use cases and how it'll actually work. But it sounds like it'll just pull whatever you're trying to pay, it'll just pull it out of your wallet, and that makes sense. But I'm trying to think if the vendor or the retailer would have to support this specific card, right? It wouldn't make sense that that would be the case, but I don't know for sure. If you know, let me know in the chat. Make sure you put, you tag me in the chat, because I'm not looking at the chat right now. Make sure you say, no, it'll come out of your, it'll basically pay it, transfer it, convert it to whatever the currency is that you're paying in, right? So I don't know if that's the way it works or not. I didn't do enough research. I normally do pretty good research, and I did not research that part of it. As I was talking about it, I'm like, maybe this is not the way it works. Anyway, so you don't have to buy the physical card, or you don't have to have the physical card, because you're going to be able to use the NFC enabled devices, the phone, like a phone or tablet, like the card. So it looks like it's going to be integrated into the wallet, the mobile wallet, I would assume, and might be a separate app. I don't know how that part will work. There's a lot of questions concerning that, but it is neat. I've seen some pictures of them developing this or playing around with it. So pretty cool stuff. I think there's nope. I was going to say there's a picture. Yeah, here it is actually right here. So yeah, cool stuff that they got going on here. All right, let's see here. And the last thing that's on their roadmap that I want to talk about anyway, I think there's a couple of things left here. There's sidechain, and collateralized loans. So the sidechain, this is neat. Always like stuff like this. So the person with one of the coolest Twitter avatars ever is this guy right here, Crypto Turkey MX, HODL 2021. Because from a distance, it looks like it's like Kermit the Frog under a hood. This is pretty CCX related, the hood and the whole dark face thing and all that. But it looks like Kermit the Frog, or a frog anyway, underneath of the hood. But check this out. This is so cool. Pretty ingenious here. So it is actually code with some green tint behind it, and then little Bitcoin logos. So I don't know, I just noticed this the other day, and I'm like, man, that is really cool. That is a cool avatar. Anyway, all right, I know that's like totally off topic, but I thought that was cool. Wanted to give him a little shout out there. So cool stuff. So the Sidechain Platform is going to work with Confidential Asset Platform. It's a step that will enable companies and individuals to issue their own tokens by creating a sidechain connected to the CCX network. And because it's going to be, this is kind of like, if you see the side chains on their roadmap, this is something that's going to go alongside of that, right? So if you look at right here, it just says sidechain. There's still some questions. I definitely have some questions about this, because it's talking about basically creating a network alongside, using CCX, almost like a asset platform, similar to like Ravencoin or something like that. Except this one is going to be confidential assets, or CAP. They're calling it Confidential Asset Platform, or CAP. Since CAP will be a privacy-oriented side network, companies' information, tokens, transfers will all be fully secured. But there's some debate on whether or not the privacy feature will be optional or by default. But that'll be discussed in the upcoming consensus that probably should be in the next few months. I would imagine that they'll start it, where they get input from the community with what the community would like to see the project work on, and that's coming up pretty soon. But the possibilities here are really cool with CAP and the card, because it adds a lot of potential to CCX. Companies can issue tokens on Conceal, and they can make these tokens easily expendable in real life with Conceal card feature, with the Conceal card feature. So this is like alongside of the card. This is alongside of sidechains. It seems like it's a huge part of the project. It seems like it would take a huge amount of effort to make this work. really, really cool though to see that, and I obviously there's a lot of use cases for confidential assets, but I think that there's some limitations, some regulations and stuff like that with how that's going to all work, but it is definitely interesting to me. Then they also have collateralized loans, which I read up a little bit about that. I think that it's almost at a somewhat of a standstill at this point due to a lot of other regulations and stuff like that. It's all the way down here at the bottom, to be announced. Might be one of the things that they end up not doing, right? But there's, I don't know the latest, communications about that. I did, troll their Discord and stuff like that, and I was trying to figure out some information on it. Really couldn't find a whole lot, so I think that it's not something that's being discussed a whole lot at this time. But long story short, these guys are still rocking. They are still working, and it's nice to see them working in a down market, kind of a down market. We're kind of stagnant actually right now. Although right before the stream, it kind of went up a little bit, which I think all day today it's been negative. But I guess it hasn't really gone up in value just compared to yesterday, right? So it's just this is 24 hours. So if we went out to like a week, yeah, see, still down a little bit. So yeah, cool stuff. I think let's see if Brandon is live, because I'm actually over 10:03 here. Let's see what's going on with Brandon Coin. See if you guys internet working. No. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me know if he's if y'all see something. He did update his YouTube banner. That's cool. All right, let me hop in the chat here, see what you guys are up to. What is up, Mad Grits, Mike and Deb, Nefarious, Dan the Dane, what's up, man? Techman, Chancoin, Red Panda, Chubby. Chubby just stopped in for like a split second. Short visit, but time to run. What's up, Crafty? Stephen Day, what's up, man? I think I got everybody. All right, so I don't know if it doesn't look like Brandon's live. I wonder if his internet's still out. I know the weather here was really bad tonight, but hey, what's up, Dan? Red Panda came in and then ghosted everybody. Shame on him. All right, well, does anybody have any questions? Oh, Crypto Mikkel. Well, I didn't see your name in there. My bad. Did I really skip it? Oh yeah, there you are. My bad. Sorry. I guess maybe because the wrench, the blue wrench, kind of threw me off. I don't know. I was scrolling kind of fast, so sorry. Crypto Mikkel. You're good, man. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Mikkel. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. All right, so anybody got any questions on CCX or Conceal or any of the stuff that I talked about? Probably going to do more content on them this week. I'll probably do, the wallet update, stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll do. I know I still have this rig that I have to tear apart and consolidate. I have not gotten to that. I was busy doing other stuff this weekend, so I might do that this week. I need to do that this week because I need to get that rig back up and running. It was one of the rigs that's actually mining CCX and has been for quite some time, more than a year now, year and a half or so. Yeah, Mustafar right here. The second one down is still offline because I'm going to put, it's 8 GPUs, but I'm going to put them on a 6 GPU frame to kind of consolidate things down and get it a smaller footprint. So Mike and Deb, it is better with AMD, but it's not profitable at all. I mean, right now it is not. You know, most things aren't. So if you go over to, let's see, we'll go, let's do this one. So if you went with a one RX 580 at 11 cents per kilowatt hour, it's way down here. You're losing about 14 cents a day even with AMD. Now, if you, let's do like a 1660, well, that wouldn't be like a good comparison. Let's do, I don't know, maybe that's, I don't know, that's pretty close, I guess. All right, so no, it's not even close, but we'll go with a common card here, 1660, 11 cents per kilowatt hour. And it's losing 13 cents a day. So a little bit more efficient on the electric side, but you're still losing. So actually, you know, in this regard, it's about the same. But if you look at the amount that you would accumulate each day, so we'll go 2.8 for the 1660. And 4.2 for the AMD. So clearly, you know, AMD is a little bit, has a pretty good advantage. Maybe like 1.7 times better, something like that. Does conceal track historic coin value? I don't know what that means. Like a chart? Yeah, because they had a good run last year. They went up to, believe it or not, they went up to like 86 cents, I believe. And yeah, they're all the way back down to like 4 cents. And here I am holding on for dear life, you know. Okay, you know, I've been wondering where their ranking was. 949 here. So yeah, the chart, let's go with max. So you can see they had this really awesome freaking run here, you know. No telling what was going on here, but that was last summer, all the way up to, you know, 84 cents. I think they actually hit 86 on some exchanges, and then we just kind of, you know. But yeah, super low volume. One of the main exchanges is Trade Ogre. They're on like Stex. They're on quite a few exchanges. But that's why I have to say, it's not financial advice at all. I just like the project. I like the privacy features. I like the dev team, you know. That's what I like about it. Features and stuff are cool too. I like the cold staking. That's what kind of got me interested in them initially. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Brandon. Nefarious, are you referring to CCX when mainnet went? No, their mainnet has been around a long time before that little pump. That was during, whenever that was happening. I think it was right, was it before? I think it was right before the Plus token scam pump that we saw in Bitcoin. I think it was right before that, where CCX was getting was pumping really hard. Yeah, see, it was last July. I think it was in July was whenever the plus token pump was happening for BTC. Also, I can find out real quick. Oh, his internet's still out? Oh, man. That's got to be brutal. Especially being stuck at home, you know, and not having internet. That's no good. Okay, so it was right after the plus token BTC pump, right? So maybe people were, maybe some of it was going into CCX. I don't know. I don't know what really caused it. Some of what was being sold was going into privacy coins, maybe. I don't know. All right, well, I don't want to make the stream long. I want to try to keep them short. This is already 45 minutes, 15 minutes longer than I'm supposed to go. So, yeah, thanks for letting me know that his internet is not working. Yeah, he's got really bad internet where he's at. Terrible. All right, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow night. We'll probably do the wallet install. I won't do it until tomorrow night. And our wallet upgrade. I already have a wallet, but we'll do the upgrade and get up to 6.1.5 and maybe take a look at the features that were added or fixed or whatever, you know, whatever the difference between the one I have and that wallet. We'll check out those features. So I will see you guys. Wait, hey, what's up, Sonia? I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, a lot of people are experiencing that also with everyone being home and working from home. A lot of people are seeing, you know, slowdowns in their internet. Just depends on your provider and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, smash that thumbs up on the way out. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I'll see you tomorrow night. Stay savage, everybody.